Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I am scrapbooking a travel layout for the Disney Fantasy Cruise. I've pulled out a bunch of product already. I've also pulled out the Up in the Clouds stencil and a sheet of vellum because I think I'm going to do a little bit of heat embossing on my vellum. So let's see what I can do. Guys, so I have this Tailored Expressions kind of de-sticker thingy. It takes off the sticky. It also, anti-static powder tool. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. So I do have that anti-static powder tool. As you can see, I went ahead and I used that all over the vellum. That is going to help with the embossing powder not sticking to the vellum itself and only sticking where I actually want it to stick. Now, fun fact, this is not heat resistant vellum. They do make heat resistant vellum. I'm just not sure if they make it in a 12 by 12 size. Yeah, I just don't know. But this is not heat resistant vellum, so it is going to curl and all of that. I am taking my embossing ink pad and I am just pushing that ink pad through the stencil. You can kind of see where the ink pad has gone through. I'm using Brutus Monroe Alabaster, what is this called? Embossing powder. I make a complete and total mess. So you won't see me clean up, but I do turn off the camera and clean this up so you don't have to. And I did not throw away the embossing powder that landed all over the desk because at one point I'm just like, whatever, it's just going on the desk. I don't even care. I did scrape that back into my embossing powder bowl. Now I do know that they make big old embossing powder things that catch the embossing powder and it just makes it so easy. No, it doesn't. It's not so easy. It's not. I am a slob when it comes to embossing powder, but daggone, I do love the result from it. So I've taken my 12 by 12 sheet of vellum. I have this on top of my cardboard box that I use to kind of contain mixed media when I know it's going to be a little bit low. So I'm just embossing on the back side of it, and you can see all of the magic happening. Now, like I said, this is not heat resistant vellum. Could I have held my heat tool away from the paper a little bit more and gone slower and probably not had it curl as much? Maybe, I don't know. I haven't played around with this vellum enough to know the answer to that. All I do know is that I don't have time for that, right? Like, my time is precious and my time is limited, and there are only so many things I can do in a day, and spending 25 minutes on heat embossing vellum so my vellum doesn't curl doesn't make a lick of sense to me when I am going to put this thing in an album, in a page protector, and it's going to be smushed flat anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? That is how I am feeling. So as you can see, it rolls right up. There is a roll right there. I'm using this sunshine paper from Echo Park along with this striped paper that I have no idea if it's Echo Park or Simple Stories off the top of my head, and I have already put the layout across the room so I can't like grab it and look at the other side and tell you. I just don't know. So I'm going to use my ATG. I'm going to put adhesive down the center because I do know that that will be covered up by the sunshine. And then I am going to put adhesive on the back of some of the clouds. That way you don't see the adhesive through the vellum as well. So we go ahead and I'm going to use my grid mat and kind of line this up. Throw the sunshine down. Now, yes, could I have not done the heat embossing in the center of the paper? I could have. If I would have had the forethought to be sure this is how I wanted this layout to kind of go, I could have done that, but honestly, it doesn't bother me that I embossed all those clouds. I had fun doing it, right? Like, that was an enjoyable time for me. So I am looking at this layout. I am trying to figure out what's going to happen. I go over to grab a small paper. I grabbed this kind of like map type paper in this navy blue. And my original thought was actually to trim down my photos so that you could see just a little skosh of that pattern around the photos. However, the photos are not 4x6 photos, because why would 4x6 photos arrive in the mail when you order 4x6 photos? I mean, why? Right? Like, why would that ever happen? The photos are not the exact size. So I discovered that if I put the photos down on that blue paper, I didn't have to trim anything. I wouldn't have to lose anything off the photo. And yeah, I would still get the color around the photos, and not the pattern so much. I mean, obviously you're going to see a little tiny bit of it, but it's not the pattern so much, but that the color that you're getting to see. And I was cool with that. So I am going to place these photos like this. I'm trying to figure out where I want to stick the decorative elements that I've pulled out already. And then I decide, you know what? This does need some sort of boundary between the vellum and the sun, right? Like, there needs to be some sort of differentiation, because it kind of just like falls in there a little bit. And for some reason, putting this second piece of washi tape on over here had me on the struggle bus for a hot second. I couldn't figure out how to get it so that it looked like it was one continuous piece of washi instead of two, because I was a dunderhead and could not visually see where everything would line up and match up. Now, to be fair, I am not wearing my glasses right now, so I could put it on that. Fun fact, I did go pick out new glasses today, so about a week and a half I should have some new glasses. So I am excited about that, because the vision is dwindling, you guys. And daggone glasses are expensive. And yes, I know that you can get online glasses all over the place. And I do plan on trying out some of those cheaper glasses, but we will see if mine are going to be cheaper, because I do wear progressive lenses, because I have different fields of vision that I need to see through the lenses, and I'm not switching out glasses constantly. You know what I'm saying? So I have these frames. This one is a paper frame. I also have a chipboard frame, and I'm just doing this to kind of decorate up the layout a little bit, because I am out of the get it done era. No, I mean, I'm still in my get it done era. Like, I want to work on this project, and I have a kind of a purposeful thought process in mind to get these done. I do have to find myself some albums. I wish that they made the Disney albums in 3-ring binders, because there is a beautiful post-bound album. Where was I the other day? I stopped in Michael's. Didn't really see anything I needed or wanted, but I did stop in Michael's, and they had a really beautiful Disney Castle post-bound album. And I just wished it was in a binder format, because I would have bought the heck out of them. You know what I'm saying? So I do have to figure out my life on that one, like what kind of album I want to go for. So I'll be checking that out shortly. This layout, or this album, is going to have our entire trip in it. So there was the Disney cruise. We also went to Walt Disney World for one night. And we went to the Halloween party, which basically got rained out. We got a free one-day ticket because of it. And then, which is smart, right, on Disney's side, because if they refunded, then they had to give all that money back. But if you give somebody a one-day ticket, most of those people are not local. Most of those people are going to have to come back to use that ticket. So they will be spending more than one day there. And if they don't come back and the ticket expires, it's no loss, right? So real smart move business-wise there on Disney's part. But anyway, we've got that, and we've also got Key West that we went to. So a whole gambit of vacationing that we did for our anniversary last year. I do go ahead and take a couple of labels and build up that Let's Go title that I am using here. And that's because the frame would not go from where it was all the way up underneath the picture, so I needed to camouflage it, right? So the camouflaging had to have happened. So as you can see, I am going to take this cork airplane and place it right over top of the photo here. It does live directly on the photo. I'm not stressing out about that, you guys. This is not a one-of-a-kind photo, okay? It's a screenshot of our projected travel time and distance that we were flying from Seattle to Orlando. I think we flew into Orlando. So anyway, I am going to bring in some of these metal adhesive pieces, which are not brads. They are not brads. They call them adhesive brads, but they are not brads. I'm going to use a camera up here and tuck that in, and then I'll add a couple little yellow ones, and then I'll add a couple little yellow ones down here at the bottom as well. I did decide to bring in that sunshine die cut because I don't often scrapbook with suns. It is not something that I am called to, right? But I felt like this layout definitely felt appropriate. So I figured, why not throw the other sun on there as well? I go ahead and moved that geotag over here onto that right-hand side of the page. And then that is going to do it for this layout, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.